Hey, there are a lot of great reasons to learn to fly. Maybe you want to be a fighter pilot. Maybe you want to fly airliners all around the world. Maybe you want to fly a Super Cub into the backcountry. Maybe you want to fly seaplanes. Doesn't really matter. You find the thing that lights your fire and gets you going, and that's what you do. I never would have guessed, though, when I started this, that the thing that really floats my boat is taking somebody up and letting them fly the airplane by themselves for the first time. I got the opportunity to do that just the other day with this wonderful young girl named Kayla who has aspirations of being an airline pilot. She's been on a Discovery flight before, but this is the first time she really gets to fly an airplane. And even when I fly with someone else, I learned something from the experience. And this time I learned I really should keep a cushion in the airplane because I'm 6'1" and don't have a problem, but Kayla is not. So maybe a cushion would be a good thing to add to my baggage compartment. Check this out. Here we go. And I take a look and I've got at least 2,300 RPMs, so we've got enough power to fly. Real light on the pedals.
Real light.
Airspeed is alive.
Yeah.
When we get to 55, we're going to pull back just a little bit. Like that.
Winter Haven traffic, this is
and now we're flying. Now we're climbing out a little fast.
Yeah.
VYN, this is 67. This is what I think of as a cruise climb.
Okay.
It's a little bit lower, a little bit faster, but I can see over the nose better. But before we get into that, click the like button down below, please. And if you enjoy this video, I hope you'll share it on social media so other people will see how available aviation is. And of course, subscribe to the channel. Now watch this. Take your hands off. Nothing bad happens. It just pitches up to where we'd want it to be. And we're going to climb up to 700 feet, which is the 7 here, and we're going to turn left.
So we're going to turn left now?
Yep. So I raise the wing, make sure nobody's there, and I'm a little bit of left pedal, a little bit of left aileron. And we can keep the climb going while we're doing it. Look right there. That's the runway we just came off of. If we let go and see what happens to the nose, it rises up, right?
Yeah.
So we can use our trim wheel to fix that. Now go ahead and let go.
Oh, wow.
We're still climbing, but we're just using our feet for directional control. Go ahead and hold the yoke. There you go, and look forward. And what you're trying to do is pick something out in the distance that you can point at. And we're going to go to 1,500 feet. And that gives us a climb right there. We can tell on the vertical speed indicator, okay, we're climbing. We've got good airspeed. I'm coming up on 1,500 feet. So this is what we're going to do. You ready? We're going to level off. I'll push a little bit forward. And we'll bring the power back a little bit. Come back to about 2,400 RPMs. This, go ahead and put your left hand on the yoke. Just 2 fingers and a thumb. Down here at the bottom. There you go. Now we're going to make a left turn up towards that big dirt patch, okay? So a little bit of left pedal, a little bit of left aileron, looking forward. Because everything is happening forward. We are moving forward at 100 miles an hour. So we look forward and you see the horizon? We can see how much of an angle of bank we have. Your nose gets low, just go ahead and pull back a little. Yeah! I hate to tell you this, you're flying the airplane. I am not doing anything. This is you.
Am I doing good?
You're doing real good. I'm not doing anything. If I'm not afraid and I'm not crying, that's a good sign.
Yes, sir.
So you're thinking you want to do this for a living, huh?
Sir?
Thank you. And
you like it?
Yeah, I do. It just throws me off because I don't have both my hands on the wheel like when I drive. So.
Yeah, you don't want to do that in the airplane. You want a nice light touch because you'll notice when we make a turn, look how little you're actually putting effort into it. It's not like the car where you wind the wheel around. Here it's just adding a little pressure, taking a little pressure away. No big deal. Right over here with the orange and white water tower, that's Fantasy of Flight. There's 2 grass runways there, and there's another one just beyond that. This is Interstate 4 here. You can see Orlando off to the right. And if you look through the haze to the left, you can just see Tampa on the horizon.
Yeah.
It's amazing how far you can see. Now this is called the 4 fundamentals. Remember we did the 4 forces in class?
Yes, sir.
Lift, weight, thrust, drag.
Yes, sir.
This is the 4 fundamentals. All an airplane really does is straight and level, which we're doing right now. Climbs, which we did when we take off. Turns, which we did to get out here. and descents, which we'll do when we land.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things or a combination. You can have a climbing turn or a descending turn or a level turn. But that's it. So just getting this sense where you can pick something out and fly towards it, that makes all the difference. That's about controlling the airplane. Oh my goodness, you are doing the 4 fundamentals. You are turning.
Sir.
I like it.
Lifting it up a little bit. Okay.
You're doing great. You're at 1500. You're going up and down, but you're going up and down right around your target altitude. And frankly, that's amazing on the first flight.
Can I try a right turn again?
Yeah, go ahead. Do a right turn. There you go. Now you see how your nose dropped? There you go. Nice fix. So what made you decide you wanted to be a pilot?
My first discovery flight at Embry-Riddle, it just blew me away. Like at first, I was like, I don't know if I want to do this. Like I didn't really want to be a pilot, but after that discovery flight, it's just like I knew this is what I wanted to do.
So now that you're actually flying the plane, how do you feel? You still want to do it?
Yes, sir. I'm ready to learn more so I can like be more secure about it and do it correctly.
Well, the great thing is the learning never stops.
Yeah.
You're always working on getting better at it and getting a little more fluid and understanding what's coming next. A lot of what we do when we're flying is how do we get ourselves set up for whatever's coming next. Kayla, you're doing fantastic. Do you feel good about it?
I feel good about it. I'm a little bit on my toes because I don't know like what everything is right now. So I mean, that's something I have to study when I get home.
Good deal. Roll it out right there.
How long before the chute is going to be on the ground at Sebastian?
Gonna go down a little bit, level up the nose.
You can lose some altitude, sure. That's our airport right over there. Now, we didn't use that runway. We used 1-1. But we're going to fly pretty much towards that runway, parallel to it, and that's going to give us a 45-degree entry to the runway 11. Let's make a right turn now and point right at that airport. Go ahead and reduce power about 200 RPMs. So just put your hand here and pull back on the throttle just a little bit, very smoothly, just to drop about 200. That's good. And we're coming down a little. I'll beam the numbers, right? So pull the carb heat out. Nope, carb heat, pull it out. Yep, I'm going to reduce power. And it doesn't matter how much, really. I mean, as long as you're consistent. And we're going to add, leave it on, full notch flaps, and we're going to do 2 turns down on the trim wing.
Pocket traffic, wait for the helicopter.
Okay, now we're making a right angle turn, but the wind's coming from over there, right? So we're going to turn a little more than 90 degrees so it doesn't blow us too far away, because if you look out the nose, we're pointed that way, but we're going that way. We're right over Auburndale. We've got our runway right there. We're at 600 feet, 1900 RPMs. Our carb heat's on, 1 notch of flaps. We're doing great.
Winter Haven traffic for Uniform Charlie is final for 5. Winter Haven.
You see those 2 white lights on the left of the runway? That tells us we're high. When one of them turns red, we're right on our glide path. If they both turn red, it means we're too low. We're just coming in, and as we get to the fence, which is a literal fence, I can close the throttle. You see that light turns red?
Yeah.
We're right on our glide slope. Now here's the key. To make a nice landing, try really hard not to land. So look way down the runway, way at the other end, that orange sign. I'll keep working the nose up and keep working it up and playing with the rudders, and I'm trying not to land. I'm trying not to touch the ground. There we go.
That's a really smooth landing.
See this dashed line up here? That's the hold short line. We want to be on the other side of that line. Now we're out of the way. We're going to clean up the airplane before we go any further. So turn the carb heat off. Bring the throttle up to 1,000. Nice. Bring your flaps up. Ooh, you're flying an airplane. You're really doing it. You did really well, Kayla. How'd you feel about this?
I felt good. I think I'm ready to get on the simulator so I can learn more. And like, I'm kind of a perfectionist, so I feel like I didn't do that great. But I'm glad you told me I did pretty well.
You know what? It takes 40 hours for a reason. You know, and you've got 40 minutes. You did really well for a first lesson. You did the 4 fundamentals. You started to understand the amount of pressure you need. And just like we were talking about the other day with helicopters in class, we need rudder and aileron and pitch, and it's all happening at once, and that's weird. But you did fine. Now, when we shut an airplane down, it's not like when we shut a car down. We just turn the key off. This is our master switch for the avionics, so all this is going to go off, our navigation and all that stuff. We'll turn that off, Then we'll pull out the mixture. You push in this red button and pull out. That'll starve the engine of fuel, and it'll die. After that's died, I want you to turn the key to the off position, and then the master switch goes off. So tell me what you're going to do in what order.
I'm going to flip the avionics master switch down. I'm going to push that in, the mixture pull lean in, and I'm going to pull it out. And then I'm going to turn the key all the way to the left, and then I'm going to turn this all back master off.
I like it. Go for it.
I'll wait. Key off and out. I believe you have successfully completed an actual flight.
Woo!
Look at that transformation. She goes from being a little nervous and clearly overwhelmed by all the gadgets and buttons and looking inside, looking outside, to having real confidence and a sense of joy, and she just really got something out of that. I hope you get to have an experience that wonderful in your flying life. It's absolutely the thing that thrills me. Getting somebody up in the air for the first time where they have that transformative experience and go from, I hope I'm going to be okay at this, to, I can do this. It really was that great.